Alright, I think we're live, everyone. Hello, my name is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly. What a performance, what a win from Manchester United. 3-0 the final result was, and so happy with that. So happy with that. We could have had more. It could have been 5 or 6, and probably should have been 5 or 6 in that game. Obviously, getting that dodgy penalty, and it was dodgy. I'm not afraid to admit it was a dodgy penalty to concede, or to give. But we obviously take it and we score the penalty. Simple as that. I'm not complaining. Bruno Fernandes, clinical. Absolutely clinical from Bruno Fernandes. None of that run-up shite. He puts it into the back of the net. And it's clutch. We need those sort of penalties to go in. And they do. And they go in the back of the net. And that is what we needed. Obviously then, Mason Greenwood getting the goal just before half-time. Really important. And he just does not stop scoring. Brilliant finish from Greenwood to make it 2-0. And then Pogba gets a third in the second half. Fernandes with a clever free kick to Pogba. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Happy days. What a time to be a Manchester United fan, eh? I want to say welcome to Footy Live. Jessica and Mo, thanks for joining, guys. Really appreciate it, as always. And yeah, this is the call-in show, so I will be taking people's calls. And I did promise Footy Live to get his call in first, so we'll get his call in first. Mo says Martial looked pissed off to come off after not bagging. Love to see the hunger. Exactly. And a lot of people were saying that oh he's just, annoyed or whatever, and they were trying to put the camera on him to try and seem like he was he was annoyed at something else, but he was just annoyed at the fact he didn't score in a game which he probably could have done. He had 2 really good chances to score, and he'll be frustrated, especially when you see your other forward players getting goals. But he'll understand that, the win is the most important thing. Welcome, Don Ragnar. Thanks for joining, Don. He says, best part of that win was the realisation of relegation on that full John Terry's face. Yeah. No, I know. I mean, listen, I think Aston Villa, unfortunately, they're going down. I don't see them, I don't see them doing any sort of big rescue act. I just don't. I think in the first 20 minutes, they did offer something. They did offer something. They probably had the better chances. Before the drinks break, they were definitely the better team. But unfortunately, they couldn't take the chances that they got. And also, they got quite unlucky with the penalty as well. So that changed the game 100%. I can't sit here and lie and say it didn't. But in the end, we got the result. We got the 3 points. And I'm just really happy that we got the win. Because, as we were saying in the preview, the win was all that matters. The win is all that matters in this period. We're now 1 point off Leicester and 2 points off Chelsea in third place as well. So happy days indeed. But yeah, if you want to call in or make any comments in the live chat, I would love to hear from you. So please do let me know what you're thinking. And obviously, we are all very, very happy, all very pleased with the performance. Mason Greenwood as well. I've got to say a word about him. What a player, man. What a player he is. Another goal for him. 9 goals in the Premier League for Mason Greenwood. Absolutely superb return for him. Just one of our own. Unbelievable Mason Greenwood. The maturity he shows on the ball and what he can do is just unmatched. Moses Rashford needs to get off free kicks though. Yeah, I know. His free kick wasn't brilliant. I mean, I wanted Pogba to take that, but you can understand that Rashford hadn't scored yet, so I can understand why Rashford took it. But yeah, feel free to call in, man. Feel free to call in, Tom, if you want, and we can get the show on the road. But yeah, really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Of course, it's your show. It's about you guys. And it's about the fans' opinions, so feel free to get involved and call in. My Skype, actually, I haven't put my Skype. I'll put my Skype in the live chat now, actually. But yeah, if you want to Skype in, feel free to do so. But I'm a very happy lad indeed. So yeah, that's my Skype. But yeah, I can call in on Discord, man. Call in on Discord. I mean, I can call you actually. I'll call you. All right. Let's do this. How do I call you? Is that right? Start voice call. Right, here we go. Hopefully this connects. Hello?
Hello, man.
Hey, Toms. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's you?
Yeah, obviously after a great performance like that, you can't not be doing well. overall, obviously a great 3-0 win. Really important for our season. In terms of the performance as a whole, what do you make of it?
Like I said to old man G, because I was messaging him and everything. The first 25 minutes were looked shocking, and I think that's down to we've not played a game for 5 days, and the legs haven't exactly been running to the ground and everything. So you can tell that they've had a rest. That first 25 minutes we looked, very sloppy in possession, and we just didn't look like we was building much, to be honest with you. But as soon as when we got the penalty, that changed everything. That changed the whole complexion of the game, because Aston Villa had to change tactics and the whole plan had to change, because obviously they want to put you under the cosh a bit and put you under pressure. Like I said on the preview show, when I called in on the preview show, and whenever I look at this Manchester United team, it just makes you smile, because I see every single player out there wants to try and win the ball, or they want to try and set each other up for a goal. There's not any of this greediness anymore. It's all team players in there. I'm seeing team players for once. We're not seeing individuals. Like Di Maria was an individual at Manchester United. He wasn't a team player. Falcao's probably another one. But we're seeing out there. I'm seeing like Martial for Greenwood's goal. Martial was on the edge of the box, and he could have taken a shot, but he didn't choose to. He chose to play the latter ball over to Greenwood, who was in a better position than him. Didn't have anybody near him, and he can just smack it, and bang, it's gone in the back of the net. And like I said to you when you predicted what scoreline. I don't think I got the scoreline because I said Aston Villa would score, which I was surprised that they didn't, to be honest. But I said that Paul Pogba would score. I said it.
Yeah, it was a good call, mate. Good call. It was a really good goal as well. Really well worked from Bruno Fernandes to get it to Paul
straight
Pogba.
Off the training ground.
Yeah,
straight off the training ground, because they didn't close down your player who's sitting on the edge of the box, and this is what these teams don't do. People say that these teams at Aston Villa are organised. If you're organised in a defensive shape, you need to have somebody on the edge of the box for a corner. And that's where I think Aston Villa's downfall was today. I don't think there was as well organised as people thought. I thought there was going to be a lot more organised, to be fair. I was bigging them up and everything, saying it was going to be an absolute tactical masterclass from them, but it didn't exactly turn out that way.
No, clearly it didn't. But I think obviously it was a great game to watch, and as most games as a United fan are right now. And it's just so it's just so rewarding to watch this team. As you said, everyone's a team player, and everyone just tries. Everyone's doing stuff for the good of the team and not for themselves. You know what I mean? A few comments here just quickly. Don says Rashford gives Greenwood advice. Greenwood shrugs and says whatever and does what he wants. Greenwood future star, Rashford future Sunderland, 8 goals a season, man. I mean, look, I think. Look,
I did say when I said the start 11, I don't think Rashford really suits this game, to be honest. I think when Daniel James came on, I think he came on at about the 70th minute, he had a really good chance to bend the ball into the bottom corner, but he couldn't quite get the curl on it to put it into the corner. But, I just felt like a quick player like him, who's going to be tricky to deal with, it's going to cause Aston Villa more problems than I think Rashford. And with Rashford, I think it was in the first 20 minutes for what I looked from the bottom of the screen, because he played on the bottom of the screen in the first half. And it looked like he was limping for a bit of it. I don't think it's too much serious because he ran it off in the second half. But I do think that there's just something not right about him. Like he's not like when he gets the ball. 6 months ago, when Rashford was scoring in nearly every game, he'd run that ball all the way to the corner flag and try and put a ball in, or he'd try and take people on. And I'm not really seeing that. That might just be down to confidence, or obviously with his injury, he might not fully. I don't think he's personally fully recovered, to be honest with you. A serious injury like that, that's like breaking your back, really. You're falling down a ladder, and you've gone out on your back, and you've completely done your spine in. That's how bad that injury was, and how serious it was. And obviously, when you're out for 6 months, it's not exactly an amazing thing to happen. And I looked at Bruno Fernandes tonight. I'm going to be honest. He did obviously get the penalty, which was controversial, like you said.
Yeah.
but I can see how he's working now as a player, because it's not like he's gone for a dive. It's not like he's tried to dive. He's waiting for the player to make contact with him, and then he's going to go to the ground, which is, I think that's quite smart for a player, because what he's done is he's gone into it. The defender's anticipating he's going to either shoot or try and go past him or play a ball. And what he's done is he's turned his body to face the player, so it looks a lot worse than it is, and the players come through the back of him, which if you go through the back of a player, 9 times out of 10, it's a foul. And that's why I don't think the VAR could really have ruled that not a penalty. And but I'm going to be honest, apart from the penalty, some of his passing tonight wasn't really up to scratch. He did play some good balls through for like Martial and stuff, but didn't really come to much. But I just think it was a game that didn't really suit some players. I don't think Matic really suited trying to contain Grealish, if I'm honest. I know I said at the beginning if we can stick Matic on him, he might do a job on Grealish, but he did find ways of getting past Matic or not really being near him. And I do think when McTominay came on, which is more of a younger and a hungrier type of defensive midfielder who could obviously emulate what Matic does maybe in the future for us. I know I talked about James Garner, but McTominay is a good option that we could look at. But when he come on, he just that youthness, I think, put the fear in Grealish. And Grealish didn't really have that great of a game, if I'm honest. He's trying to impress his future employers possibly, and it's not really the way how to do it, really. But no, Paul Pogba for me, absolutely outstanding. I can't rate him highly enough for this, and I said to G, man of the match, or written all over it. If not him, then Greenwood. But Paul Pogba, people have doubted him. It seemed to have been whenever we played the match. And we lost, we lost at Newcastle 1-0. The discussion wasn't on the game at Newcastle. It was the discussion was on Paul Pogba. But I think he's obviously proving a lot of his haters and doubters wrong. I'd have loved to sing Graham Souness in the Sky Sports room then when he scored that goal and see what he'd say about Paul Pogba then. Because honestly, Gary Neville's going to bang on about that to him, and I think he's going to be funny. And this is the thing, we can have humour with rival fans now. We're not getting bantered ourselves.
Exactly.
Like Arsenal come here, they might have lost 2-0. And then we can obviously banter about it. But
exactly, we're not the part of the joke at the moment. But I agree with what you said. And I just it's so good at the moment. But I agree, Grealish had a quiet game today. I think he did have a quiet game. He tried to create stuff, but there's I think if he just doesn't have the quality of players around him to actually get
I think he'd thrive in a better team.
Yeah, 100%,
and I think obviously with such as a player like David Silva leaving Manchester City, I think Manchester City will look at someone like Grealish to fill the boots of David Silva, really.
Yeah, it could be a good shout.
Yeah, and in terms of the top four, I've said it from the beginning of the lockdown. I said it before the lockdown. We will go on a run. It's not going to be one game. It's not going to be, we're going to go on a run one game and then, next week we're going to lose it. We've seemed to have lost that mentality of that, and we're going into every game with an open mind of, do you know what? We're a bit of heart, we're a bit of passion. We can actually win this game. And I said in the preview show, I would love to play these big teams, Liverpool, Manchester City, we've already beat them. I love to play these big teams in Europe, who are thriving right now, like Bayern Munich and stuff. And it's just, this is the confidence that they've brought in us now as fans. We're confident going into games that we can blow teams away. And it's like with tonight, Manchester. I'm not sure if you've known about this. Manchester United have have broken a Premier League record.
I heard about this.
Of scoring in, I think it's 4 consecutive games by winning them by more than 3 goals. And obviously that's going to give confidence to the team to know, well, you know what, we're actually scoring right now. At the beginning of the season, we were relying on penalties to win us games. Now we're actually creating chances and creating enough for us to get that killer instinct to win a game. And
exactly, yeah, 100%.
It's obviously with teams, I think Wolves 6 points. We'd have to lose 2 games for them to catch us. I can't see it happening. I think with Monday's actually a big game for big day for us, because not only do we play on Monday against a really tough team in Southampton who are flying at the moment, but we actually heard the results of the arbitration of sport for Manchester City's ban.
Of course.
And if 5th place is enough, then really we've just got to don't lose 2 games. That's
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
But I don't want that. I don't want this ban to come and say, 5th place is paying out for the Champions League places. To be honest, I do. You obviously do want it, because then we're in the Champions League. But I don't want that to downgrade the players. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, even if it does pay out to 5th place, he will go into that dressing room with the players and say, right, 5th place is paying out for the Champions League. I'm not interested in that. We're getting into that 3rd place. That's where we're going to be. And that's going to fry. And that's going to. I'm telling you now, I've spoken to a lot of Liverpool supporters, a lot of Manchester City supporters over the last couple of weeks and everything, who are my mates and everything. They're worried about this team. And it's like what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said before the game. Exciting times are happening at Manchester United, and you can see it. When we got thumped 4-0 against Everton in that press conference, he came out happily and said, I'm going to be successful at this football club. There's going to be players who are going to be on the train with me, and there's going to be players who are going to be chucked along the way. And he's been a man of his word about that.
Exactly.
And he's obviously got new crew on board, in such as Fernandes and such as other players. And this summer can change our whole mentality as a club. I don't see us winning the title next year. I don't get, people are over exaggerating when they say that, personally. But I don't think we're going to be 30 points behind Liverpool. I think we're only going to be maybe 5-6 points behind, and then next year you can mount a challenge to go in and win it. And Paul Pogba did the interview just after this game, and he talked about, we want to get that 3rd place. The manager's already discussed this, and the coaching staff, that we're going to strive to get the 3rd place. We're going to go to the FA Cup final, and we're going to put on a masterclass against Manchester City and absolutely batter them again. And then we're going to go to the Europa League final, and we're going to go and kick Lukaku's ass at chuffing into Milan.
I love the thinking.
Because this is what we're doing. The ambition is there of this football club, and the ambition that was set 20 years ago was to win trophies, but win trophies playing the right way. And that's what we're doing right now. And you're hearing all this discussion about Paul Pogba's happy, and he wants to say, if you saw that celebration between him and Bruno Fernandes, that shows a happy player. A happy player. Went straight over to the man who gave him the ball, who gave him the assist, and bang, happy, clappy, smiley. And this is what I mean. He's brought the smiles back to Manchester United. And I've heard one statistic that's been thrown around, and it's the only thing that Liverpool can really hang on at the moment, is before Sir Alex Ferguson actually came to Manchester United, it took us 26 years to win a Premier League title. And obviously we haven't won it in 7 years. I can't see that. The Liverpool fans are coming out and saying, I don't think United are going to win the title for maybe a decade, maybe another 2, because we're going to dominate it. Listen here, this team is being built, and it's being built to break you down. We, halfway through the first part of this season, we would have probably come to Villa Park and we might have scraped to 1-0. Now we're coming here with the confidence and we're battering these teams. And this is what has been bred into these players, and this is why the prospects of this management, players, and I've talked about the young players that we've got coming through. It's all positive. I'm not hearing negative vibes at the club anymore. We're winning games with ease. We're playing the right way. We're promoting youth talents. Mason Greenwood last year was in the youth academy playing in the chuffing, Checker Trade Trophy in League One.
Yeah.
Now he's playing on the main stage, and he's got 9 goals in I don't know how many appearances in the Premier League. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, this team is 100% going places, mate. I'm gonna have to cut you off here because we've got a lot of people wanting to comment. But mate, as True Devil says, you're on fire tonight, mate. You're on fire tonight. But
I'm on fire.
Yeah, you're on fire, mate. You're getting the support and the love in the comments, and rightly so, mate. But yeah, sorry to cut you off. We've got some other people who want to come, but mate, thank you so much as always for coming on. Always a pleasure, Tom. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
And
share and appreciate this channel, guys. By the way.
Yeah, appreciate
daily content. Love Kieran, amazing guy, and I'm going to be coming on here, hopefully in the future and everything, and doing more talks for you. But I'll support this channel all I can. So
100%.
Thanks,
man.
Kieran, for having me on anyway.
Yeah, cheers, man. Really appreciate it, and great points as usual, man. Great points. Always really entertaining. But yeah, thanks for calling in, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. See you in a bit.
See you, my buddy. And there we go. There we go. What a legend. What an absolute legend he is. I want to read a few of the comments as well. I am reading. But by the way, as we're having these conversations, I will be reading your comments, so don't worry about that. Just want to welcome everyone who's joined. True Devils, obviously, we've got him on the call right now. Mr. Joshy, thanks for joining us. Great win. Fred, yellow card. Absolutely ridiculous by the ref. Worst yellow card I've seen all season, I know. Liam Martin says, great win for United, mate. I think top four is in our hands now, and I really think we'll get third. Our run in looks easy, and I do feel confident in United getting third. You have to feel confident. I agree, mate. You have to feel confident right now. We are playing some unbelievable football. Issa, how are you doing, Issa? Thanks for joining. He says, started off slow, however, once United got the first goal and the confidence was showing and every player was playing with the same drive and energy. Glad to see Paul score up the Red Devils. I think I couldn't have summed it up better myself. TTX Productions, thanks for joining as well. Really appreciate it. He says, let's go, another W. Not as sharp as we should be, but biting into the top four now. Exactly. We look good and we needed to win this game. We really did. And he also says, Solskjaer's philosophy is quite simple. Attack. With the players available, United are able to play a high attacking intensity, and that's being reflected upon with their performances. Exactly. This team is entertainment personified, honestly. The way we're going about it is ridiculous. And as Tom said, we set that record. We broke that record of winning by 3 or more goals in the last kind of 4 games consecutively. We're on fire at the moment, absolutely fire. But we've got True Devil, Kasim on the call. How are you doing, mate? Thanks for calling in. Really appreciate it. And make sure you check out his channel as well, True Devils. He's in the comments there as well. But obviously, a massive victory for Manchester United. What are your thoughts?
Very good performance. Absolutely enjoyed it. Because as I said in my preview, I think this was really, for me, the game that I've not really enjoyed a game just like this because we have been like, of course, I think today I just enjoyed it because we weren't even out second gear, and this just proves how much quality we got ahead of Aston Villa because we were just too good for them. Of course, as I said, I think Aston Villa did create some problems, but I think after Greenwood scored, they didn't really create that much problems for us, and they weren't that threatening like they were in the first 25 minutes. We weren't even out second gear. I'm very proud of the players because this proves how much quality we got in our players. I'll get to the title in that a little bit soon, but absolute amazing performance tonight. I think people are criticising this player. Of course, he's my favourite player on Manchester United. You know who it is, Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Now, Rashford, I think people need to stop giving him criticism. Of course, I absolutely agree with Tom. Of course, you know who Old Man G is.
Of course, mate, of course.
Yes, I've been saying this for a long time and people are not listening to me. They think I'm a clown. Rashford is not the player that he was before, in January. I said Rashford is not running at people anymore. He's playing smart. He is more mature player. He wants to be more of a team player. And Rashford is more of a team player. Rashford is quality. Rashford tonight was, for me, my man of the match. I think there's 2 players that get man of the match. Is either Rashford or Greenwood. Rashford Rashford was absolute quality, except from that free kick, which he should not be taking. Pogba should be taking the free kick.
Yeah.
Like, why is Rashford taking the free kick? I don't understand. Pogba can probably score that, or maybe Fred can score that, but I think Fred's horrendous at free kicks, so is Rashford. I think Pogba should be taking the free kicks, and if Pogba will probably put that in. It is 4-0, but Rashford, I think Rashford agenda needs to stop. I think the player that really was, I don't think at the races today, it was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Of course, he got some chances, but at the first half, he looked shaky at the back. And I told you this at halftime. He looked shaky at the back, and he was not really, what's the word? He wasn't really confident. And I think, of course, that cross came, and I think if a more confident Wan-Bissaka would probably put it in a 2-0. No, it wasn't be 2-0. Probably be 4-0, I think. Then, and I think the game would probably be done from there. But, Rashford agenda needs to stop. For me, people are criticising him. Look at the injury he's got. Like, look how... I think it was Wayne Rooney who got the similar injury, and then after Wayne Rooney got injured, he was absolutely finished. He didn't create chances and all that.
Actually,
and
just quickly... sorry to interrupt, but just quickly on the injury, do you think that Rashford should have waited a little bit longer before he declared himself fit to come back? Do you think, if you think the injury is affecting him, do you think he should have waited a bit longer?
It wouldn't really matter. He'd probably still be the same anyway. I think this is probably, and I think ever since that Sheffield United game, I just think he's just matured and he's more of a better player. Of course, people are going to be talking about Greenwood, but Manchester United's star player for me in that team is going to be Marcus Rashford. Greenwood obviously can become in the top 5 best players in the world, but Rashford for me in the next 5 years when Messi and Ronaldo are gone, I think he'll become the best player in the world because he's that good. Rashford is mint, man. Whenever Rashford's on the ball, something's going to happen. And today he was just mature in that. Now this is gonna absolutely offend some little people.
Go on, I like this. I like where you're going with this. Go on.
Every time Mason Greenwood gets the ball, he just reminds me of Lionel Messi. Because
yeah, I see that. No, I see it.
Before, the crowd at Old Trafford, of course, has seen it so many times this season. The crowd at Old Trafford, when Mason Greenwood gets up the ball, the Old Trafford crowd just, get up from their seats. Same with Messi at the Nou Camp. They get up from their seats because they knew something special was going to happen. I don't even think Greenwood's got intercepted this season. Every time he's on the ball, he just passes it or just dribbles past people. He's that quality. The only thing I think Greenwood is lacking is pace, and I think he's got the pace. He can become easy top 2 best players in the world with Rash. I don't think he'll be on Rash's level because Rash is just too good. But I think Greenwood can become better than Mbappe, and that if he does improve and gets more speed.
I like that though. I like that.
Yes, because Greenwood and Rashford are 2 quality players, and of course we're looking at Jadon Sancho. Now, I don't know about the Jadon Sancho situation because Jadon Sancho is 20, Greenwood's 18. But if Jadon Sancho is going to stay with us for 8 years, that's going to just stop Greenwood when he's 26, and he's not even going to get that much game time, I don't think. With because we're going to be in the Champions League as well. And Premier League.
I mean that's true, isn't it? I mean I think. Listen, I think Greenwood himself. The thing on Greenwood and Sancho is obviously is debate because with Greenwood playing so well, you would think, why would you want to stunt that? But I think squad depth, especially with the fact they're bringing in the 5 sub rule, squad depth is going to be absolutely massive next season. And especially if we are going to try and compete in the Champions League and all these competitions, you need to have squad depth. And I think especially with Greenwood only being 18 years old, I think he'd be quite understanding if he only played a bit part role. But I do think that Greenwood does have the ability to be one of the best players. I mean, one of the best players in world football for me because the finishing he's showing right now is absolutely incredible. Just want to say hello to Kevin as well, and Ima Hersey. Thanks for joining. Kevin says, United, so good. I said it twice. You can say that again, quite literally. Imo Hersey says, Rashford and Shaw cost us. Ole must call Lingard. Yeah, get Lingard on the pitch, mate. Get him on. I'll tell you what, I bet Lingard probably would have had a good chance of bagging today. I'm not even going to lie. Lingard probably would have scored today. Mo says squad depth, it's a must to win titles. Dazza, how are you doing as well? Thanks for joining, Daz. I'll get you on after this. And yeah, Mo says spot on, took the words out of my mouth. There you go. Great minds think alike, Mo. Great minds think alike. Mo also says, I think it's more of a case of him being cautious, not to trigger the injury again. Once he gets over that mental block, we'll see the Rashford of old. And I think that's right. I think Rashford knows, as you said, that he's playing with a little bit of an injury. And I think he knows that. And I think sometimes you see he might be playing a little bit within himself. But he still looks decent. Yeah. He's still creating chances, as you said. And I don't think he played awfully today. And welcome Lennox as well. Thanks for joining, Lennox. Really appreciate it. As always. But just quickly before you go, Kasim,
yes.
Obviously you've said who your man of the match is, or who your few man of the matches is.
I'll just give the Premier League and then I'll head off because that's the final thing I said I'll talk on.
Oh, go on, yeah. The stage is yours.
The people about Manchester United winning the Premier League title, Liverpool current champions, looking for 20, looking to tie up. Next season is going to be an absolute amazing season because we're going to have, of course, Man City's ban on Monday. Going to be very, very interesting. If Man City, of course, get through the ban, I think we can. I think Man City will be at the race. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. I think that's going to be a very good title race next season. I think Manchester United. I think next season will be in the title race from the start until February. I think because we don't have squad depth, and I think February time that's when we'll just blow the title race. I don't think we'll be in it for that long. I think the season after we can win it, but not next season. I think people need to relax a little bit. We're not going to win it next season. We just don't have squad depth, and we need better players. I mean, when I'm talking about better players, we need a new goalkeeper, maybe. If David De Gea keeps making mistakes, hopefully David De Gea does make some more mistakes than he does today. I think Brandon Williams replaces Luke Shaw. Brandon Williams, world class. Lindelof, I think Maguire might get sold. Of course, I've said so much stuff about Maguire and how much he's a good centre back, but I think Maguire, for me personally, these past few weeks has given me a little bit of a reality check. I think we need Nathan Ake or Tyrone Mings at the back. I just want a Van Dijk type. That's all I want, a Van Dijk type.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the dream. That is the dream. That's the dream. I mean, listen.
Maybe Axel Twanzebe might be.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see him get more game time, but obviously with the team as it is right now, and the fact, especially right now, the fact we're kind of going for these top four and that, it's going to be difficult to fit him in. But Kasim, thank you so much for calling in. Oh, go on. Actually, finish off. Go on.
Yeah, so I'll give you a call and then you can come on for your final audio.
Yeah, will do, man. I'll definitely call, mate, after this. But yeah, 100%. Just give me a call and I'll do that. But yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out True Devils as well. He'll be in the live chat if you want to check out his channel. If you're not already, really good stuff. If you want to hear more of Kasim's words of wisdom. Thanks for calling in, mate. As always, appreciate it. And I'll see you in a little while.
There then. Bye.
There you go. Lovely, Kasim. Lennox says, thoughts on Grealish's performance? I didn't think Grealish played that well, particularly. I didn't think Grealish played particularly well. I think, to be fair, we did well in containing him. We were very good not to dive in, and we kind of made it very difficult for him. But at the same time, I think Grealish didn't help himself. I didn't think he performed at his best. I really didn't. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Grealish... I did think I wasn't sure whether he was realistically United quality, but we'll Well, I mean, I think we might still go for Grealish. I think there's a definitely chance we might still go for him. Solskjaer might see something in him, and I think definitely for squad depth, I'll go for him. But in terms of first team starter, I'm not sure. Mo says I'm going to hop on your next call in. Nice, Mo, nice. I'd love to have you on. And I'm a Hersey says VAR officials were wrong. Yeah, that penalty was just definitely not a penalty. Dazza, how are you doing, Dazza? You're live on Red Door Weekly. Thank you so much for coming on as always. And make sure you check out Dazza's football stand as well. Really good stuff on there. Make sure you check it out. Obviously did a watch along for the game as well, so you can check out his reactions on his channel. But Daz, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
Fine, I'm fine, thanks. Very happy. I don't know where the hell to start, really. Apart from the first half, I don't know whether we'll talk about the first half. We mentioned it in your watch along, but obviously, I thought we played a lot better in the second half. It was certainly a game of two halves, in my opinion. First half, we didn't turn up, and we didn't look like the team that were going to score, because it took us. How long did it take us to actually get going in that game? I thought we were absolutely awful. And if you're a team trying to get into the top four, you've got to be playing better than that. You can't be putting in performances as bad as that, because that performance in the first half was disgraceful. And I hate to put it bluntly, but unless we start performing better in the first half instead of waiting till the second half, unless we start picking up, start performing better, then we're not going to get the points. And I know that's sort of irrelevant, because we actually did get a win today, but I thought we were lucky to be going in 2-0 at half time, because I felt 2-0 was rather harsh on Aston Villa at half time, because I felt they deserved at least a goal in that first half, because they caused us problems, and people still didn't believe me. People don't believe you when you say, "Oh, you have to remember we've got players that can cause loads of problems." People underestimated the qualities of Aston Villa in the first half, and look where it got us. I mean, we had there was one point before the 23rd minute. We had about one shot all game, and it wasn't even a good shot. So I wasn't happy with the way we started the game, but on the bright side, we got the goals, and the goals did the talking. And second half, we turned up. Second half, we came out a completely different side. We came out the team they looked raring to go. They looked like they were, desperate to get the points, and that's what you want to see. You want to see determination from United. We want to see determination. We don't want to be watching a team who can't kick a barn door, And I thought that game just it's difficult, because at the same time I'm going on a big rant about how we played in the first half, but at the same time we got the goals in the first half, and we went into the second half rather comfortable. And you want to be getting the goals, you want to be getting chances. But I still wasn't too chuffed with the performance, because I think there was a lot of chances, not just in the first half, but it is second half, that we really could have really taken, and probably should have taken. We could have won. We could have won by a lot more goals if we hadn't wasted chances. Like, I remember Zaka. I mean, in your stream yesterday, I said that he could probably nick a goal, and he nearly did. But at that point, it's a question of getting your shot on target.
Of course.
And for me, getting the 3 goals. I mean, once we got the third goal, the game dead practically. We literally killed the game. The third goal kills it, obviously, and that was the most important goal. And I'm glad that we got the third goal, because if we hadn't got the third goal, I don't think we would have been in a great position. It could have been 4, could have been 5, could have been 6. But to come away against Aston Villa, who realistically aren't a great team, no disrespect, but they're a team who are destined to get relegated, given the way they played in the second half. We pulled on the and they just collapsed totally. But But you can't be playing like that against the likes of Southampton, because Southampton next is going to be a very tough game, because it's a team that we tend to struggle against, home and away. And if we give their players any time on the ball and give them enough freedom and room to actually have a shot, like what happened today, Southampton are going to fancy their chances. Their players are going to go. Like Danny Ings, he scored another goal today against Everton, so he's a danger. We don't seem to watch out for a lot of the players, and we don't track the runners. That's one thing I noticed. But I want to talk positive. I don't want to be talking all negative stuff. We'll shut up for a minute for that, because on the positive note, Mason Greenwood, fantastic player. I mean, I tell you, his goal, no keeper stops that.
No.
And I think if he continues as he is, we could be looking at a man who could be finishing on about 15, 16 goals this season. I know we've only got 4 games left, but, given the way he's been playing recently, if he keeps scoring like he has been, then I don't see why he can't. Brilliant performance from him. People might say this was a tough decision for man the match for me. I was tempted to give it to Greenwood, but I thought Paul Pogba had a very good game.
Good shout.
Because the way Paul Pogba played today, it's the runs. He was making good runs down the channel. He was playing out of position at times, playing as a left mid. So there was a couple of switches in positions, which I quite liked, and making runs into the box. He was good on the ball. He had good vision playing balls into the penalty area. Just unfortunate that Rashford's chance that was created by him, it's just unfortunate he didn't score that, because that would have been a really lovely move. And of course he got himself a goal, which was very well taken. Really nice goal. There was Bruno Fernandes as well, and I didn't think he had a bad game. I thought he had a decent game, to be quite honest with you. He got himself a goal, got himself an assist as well. Mason Greenwood obviously got himself a goal and made some very good runs down the right-hand side. And I thought overall, forget about what happened in the first half. The second half was professional performance in the second half. And we certainly showed that if we play like that, if we play like we did in the second half against Southampton for the full 90 minutes, then I don't see why we can't finish in the top 4. But our problem is there's times where, we'll turn up in the first half and we won't turn up in the second half. And there's times where we play poo in the first half and play good in the second half. I just don't think we're consistent enough at times. I think that's one of our problems, and especially this season, we've turned into a 45-minute team. Against Bournemouth, Bournemouth, obviously, we weren't amazing against Bournemouth in the first half, but we got the game done, and we didn't turn up at the start of the second half, and when they got the penalty, we just, it sort of gave us a wake-up call, and we just piled on the pressure since then. I think what I've noticed from United this season in all games is it takes us time to actually get going, that cannot be happening. That's unacceptable. By United standards, you can't be taking 20-25 minutes to actually get going in the game. You've got to be on the front foot from the word go. And people underestimating Aston Villa's quality. And I said, they've got players who can cause problems. Southampton have players who can cause problems. Every team we play, have players that can cause problems. Leicester City's going to be a tough one as well. Jamie Vardy, who's looking to get the Golden Boot. So,
exactly. It's not going to be easy.
These final games aren't going to be easy, are they? So, I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting us to absolutely wall over Southampton, because they've been a banana skin for us recently. But today I thought, we got the job done, which was good, but could have been a much better performance.
Yeah,
in the first half of the league.
No, I 100% agree with what you said. I think, especially in that first half, I think Aston Villa were unlucky, not to be 1-0 up, especially before the drinks break. And then they get that penalty, which was a bit dubious, and it's unfortunate. They did have a few things that didn't go their way, but obviously, we were clinical enough to take the chances when they came for us. And I also agree with you that what you said about Leicester and Southampton aren't going to be easy games. I mean, we said this game wasn't going to be easy. And
precisely.
To be fair, the first half an hour definitely wasn't easy, but I think we have to take each game as a must-win, a game where we have to play at the top of our intensity, and we've got to put in a good performance, because ultimately these guys are not going to roll over for us, and especially Leicester on the final day. I'm hopeful that potentially Leicester can drop a few more points and we can go into the final day knowing that we've already got top 4, but you never know what can happen. But Daz, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it as always. Make sure you do check out Daz's football stand as well. Really, really good stuff on there. But Daz, thanks for joining, mate, as always. And really good to have you on.
Yeah. Cheers, bud.
No worries, Daz. No worries. But there you go. Mo says, how do I join your Discord? I don't actually have a Discord. But if you let me know your Discord name, then I'll call you for next time, because I'm going to be ending it here, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched this preview. I was aware that we had I think we had 16 people watching at one point as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Kevin Hayes, I'm going to finish on his comment. He says, love it is, I love United. Lovely bit of poetry from Kevin there, and that's what I'm going to end it on. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you again for any sort of breaking news or the preview for the Southampton game. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you